you haven't noticed, because I certainly have looking at the flights, they're up 44% in the last year. That's according to new figures from the Office of National Statistics.
Yes, it's all very worrying. Let's talk to travel expert Sally Gethin, who is here. Good morning.
Hi,
What's going on?
Well, this has been building up for a long time. Airlines knew they would have to pass on their costs to customers because of the cost of aviation fuel, which is still based on oil, of course. We all know the story behind that. I mean, aviation fuel accounts for airlines at least 30% of their operating cost, and that has been soaring. But also, they face a lot of other problems. There's a shortage of aircraft since the pandemic, spare parts and engines, and also a skills shortage. You know, if you remember the summertime, there were all these problems, not enough ground handling staff, not enough crews in many cases. So it's been building up, and now, customers are going to have to take the hit to their pockets.
Sally, can you help us? How do we bag a bargain? What do we do to get some cheap flights?
So you have to roll up your shirt sleeves and do the hard work, basically, and get out there and think what your destinations. So Eastern Europe, avoiding Ukraine, obviously, is a good, safe bet. So Bulgaria and Romania, for example, even Poland and Croatia. Countries like that are investing heavily in their tourism, and they're beautiful parts of the world as well to go to. But also the most popular destinations at the moment are still the Med. So Greece and Turkey, all those destinations are still very, very popular, and the Canaries. And also the USA. People are keen to get back to the USA. The good news is there's a lot of competition on the transatlantic routes, which should compensate for some of the higher airfares. So there's, you know, a lot more seats to be had.
What about buying in advance? Like substantially, 6 months in advance.
Yeah, so there's two ways of approaching this. There's pros and cons either way. So obviously, if your destination is really in high demand, it's a good idea to book early to ensure, if you've got a family and you want to make sure you've got those places and those seats, to book early. But sometimes, yes, those costs do reduce in the run-up. So also, if it's a destination that's in less demand, it might be a good idea to wait a little bit longer, because you might bag a bargain at the last minute.
That's what I'm hoping for.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? The sort of the last minute deals or early bird deals. It's very hard to know which is the best one.
No, absolutely. And you always have to look for all the hidden costs when you're making your booking, and also make sure it's ATOL protected, which if the firm were to go under, let's hope that never happens, but sometimes it has happened, you have that protection, your travel insurance, and look for hidden costs all the way through, all the T's and C's when you're signing up for your holiday. Yeah.